Fort Solis. We had a good little time with Fort Solis. So this is a game you can beat it in one sitting. It's about 3 to 4 hours long or something like that. And it's basically kind of like a walking simulator, like pure storyline type game with the aesthetic of like a survival horror game, but there's really no gameplay. It's just puzzles and atmosphere and story. And it's Troy Baker's fucking millionth fucking voice role. Although it's funny because Troy Baker's one of those guys who I don't even recognize his voice. He's either one of two things. He's either a great actor and his performances are so nuanced and his voice is so different from role to role that I don't catch on, or he's just got such a normal voice and he's not really impressing me to the degree that I just don't even recognize him the next time I hear him. I know his name and people joke like, oh, he's in everything, but I couldn't tell you what he fucking sounds like, to be honest with you. All right, let's stop talking about their fucking voices. Fort Solis is kind of fun, you know, couch co-op, go through the story together, where you can talk about what you think's happening with the story. The story's intentionally throwing red herrings at you and trying to confuse you. And, you know, you get to discuss it with each other and you get to, you know, jump at the jump scares and stuff like that. And that's more what it's for. I don't know if I would have really enjoyed this on my own. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I've just played this type of game so much where you're just looking for fucking pages and you're just reading them and trying to piece the story together. I've just done that so many times, you guys. So many times. You're just reading all the notes to get the storyline, and it's not taking place with cutscenes. I don't know if they're saving money. They don't have to make a cutscene. They could just turn it into a fucking letter that you read. But why not have the character try to piece the story together? What's their opinion on what's happening? You know what I mean? Or maybe they could explain some of what's happening if I'm not keeping up with it. Like if I missed a note, or maybe I didn't read a note as clearly as I should have, or maybe because I'm with my friend, I'm less inclined to be like, wait, did I understand that? Let me read it again. I'm not going to put him through reading it a second time. So we proceed with the game, and maybe I'm 10% less sure than I should be about what's fucking happening. You know what I mean? And then you compound that 10% over time. Now I'm like 45% less sure what's happening. You know what I mean? And I'm just like reacting to the really surface level stuff, like, oh, we got to kill the bad guy or whatever. But like, I'm missing like the significance of who he is and what he's trying to do. I don't know. This isn't some concept that only games do. Movies have an entire plot where someone's just following clues and piecing things together, and the movie does it. But in the game, you just have to read the emails. But Fort Solis, I don't have a lot to say about it. There's not a lot of passion for this one, to be honest. It's sort of, and especially because we beat it in one day, so it was like we didn't really talk about it again. We kind of sent each other like YouTube essays so we could at least understand the plot or see if there was anything deeper there. Even then, I wasn't really. I don't know. I've kind of wondered if I sat down and played one of these games on my own, would I even like it? Or would I perhaps like it even more? Maybe I would understand it better or follow it better. But I've played a lot of these games like Gone Home and Firewatch, and especially the horror ones like Visage or whatever the fuck, just Layers of Fear. So many of these, fucking Ethan Carter, a lot of these blend together in my mind, and I usually forget the story shortly after, or I barely understood it while it was going on. I would say my favorite was What Remains of Edith Finch. That was the coolest one to me. That was the one that did stand out to me. Maybe I'll replay that. I don't know. I need to answer this question at some point. Would I like them just as much? Because it's fun to hang out. Like, I'll play them with my best friend and we'll have a good time. But I leave those sessions like, that was fun, but I didn't really like the game. That's almost always my impression.